when it comes to having people in our home, I do encourage, and this is my own personal encouragement, I do encourage that we really focus on friends and family and friends of friends and friends of family. So people who we know and people who know who we know, people who know who we know, people who know those people. We know people who, I think you know what I'm saying here. Because when you're bringing someone into your home, that really is an added element of vulnerability for us as practitioners. I think that when we think of Reiki sessions, we can really think about it as a vulnerable kind of experience, right? Where the person who comes to see us for a session is vulnerable. They are, most likely laying down on a table. They are most likely closing their eyes. They are in a vulnerable kind of state, especially for someone who's never had a Reiki session before or who is newer to Reiki. It's a very vulnerable kind of thing. But it's also a vulnerable kind of thing for us as practitioners to have people in our home space. And so I do encourage that if you are considering having people in your home, to really consider starting off with friends and family and friends of friends, and to really, really strongly contemplate whether it's in your best interest to branch out from there and to begin welcoming in quote unquote strangers into your home. Now, there are a number of factors that go into this decision, your location, your home setup, whether people would actually be in your home or maybe in a building on your property. There's so much to consider, but I think it's important for us to remember our own safety. Physical safety to me as Reiki business owners in our sessions is the number one concern. And so we always need to be making sure that we are physically safe. And of course, emotionally safe as well, but always physically safe first, and allowing that to guide our how we move forward with our sessions and how we set them up, who we invite into our personal space, because it truly is your personal space. And so I think that for some people, having people in their home is a great thing that they do, and it makes things so simple, right? You don't have to leave; it's a piece of cake. But you really, I think, need to consider the all of the implications of that and how that feels. And if it doesn't feel comfortable, there are other ways to meet with clients.